Hey guys, welcome to Momma Schmooze Reviews. This is the Little Hearts for His Glory, ages 5 to 7 curriculum that I showed in my first video. I will link it up below if you haven't seen that video. This is the history book for Little Hearts for His Glory, along with history stories for children. This is more of like a chapter book, which I'll show you. This one's like by Liberty Press, and I showed you in the first video the beginning of it. But I wanted to show you again the content real quick. You can pause it if you want to read it. It talks about history, and I wanted to show you what you guys will be doing. There's like a chapter each, and then they have a unit review. You're only reading like one page at a time, so you're not going through the whole chapter and reading it. So it's very, very loosely structured, or not loosely structured, but it's very more simple than you would think. You only read like, they'll let you read like Little Pilgrims and probably Something to Do. Then they'll, at the end of the chapter, they want you to repeat each of the following words as your teacher says them. Go back in the story to find the words and mark them with a highlighter, or you could just skip that. It depends on what you want to do. It depends on what the age they are, but they learn about these words, and then they give you something to do. So as you travel in the past, how can you remember each place you visited? One way to remember is by drawing pictures as you move through history. And it says, start by drawing a big, long line at the bottom of the poster board using a yardstick to make a straight line. On the end of the poster board, draw an hourglass to show when time began. This is the beginning of history when God created the earth. So there is going to be like a timeline that you do throughout the year, and a really cool Facebook group page that I talked to you about in the last video already has a timeline cards for your kids to color, and then you could hang them up on a rope, put them on a poster board, whatever you want to do with them, put them up on your wall, or you could put them in a notebook to keep it a little bit more minimal. And then this is the review. So basically, after you read each sentence, say the word or words that you think are missing. Write your answers on a separate piece of paper. Now, since my daughter's younger, I'll just go over this with her, maybe do a few, and then I'll probably do all this with her, but help her out with it. So we'll see how that goes. So this is the beginning of history, and that's the little timeline right there that they have. They give you like a map with Adam and Eve and the first sin and God's curse, and then see how short this is. Then again, they're going to do the words to know, something to do, and then the Unit 2 review with a couple of questions. So this is really good for like a first grader. As far as a preschooler, I would do the questions with her. I'll probably be surprised that she knows a lot of them. God made many nations. So as you can see, it's a lot of cartoons. Some of them are like real pictures, photographs. And it talks about Noah and the ark. And then again, there are these keywords that they want you to look up in the story. And something to do. They want you to make an animal puppet. So that one's cool. So you could do this one along with the artistic box for there's an artistic box in the curriculum once a week. So this is another little craft that you can do, and it's totally optional. So I love this, that it gives a little bit more to do, because we're kind of a craft family, and you don't have to go on Pinterest. It's all here. And then they give you the answers on the bottom, which is great. And then this is the timeline. It's cool. I guess they give a timeline all throughout the book. It's really neat. So you can like catch up on the timeline, make sure you're making your timeline God's great promise. So I thought this was neat. This is the United States. They do at the end of the curriculum. Theodore Roosevelt, Robert Lee, is that Davy Crockett? Lewis and Clark Expedition. They talk about a lot of the United States at the end of the curriculum in the year. And a lot of Bible history, which I like a lot. It's a good foundation. So as you can see, there's a lot of maps that they use, a lot of cartoons, and they give it to your kids real. There's no like mushy stuff. They say how, like, basically how it is. Talk about Moses, King David, and it's really short stories. Passover, that's awesome. So this is just an overview of the history of Little Pilgrims, and it's about 121 pages. It's not long at all. And like I said, in this curriculum here, they want you to read history 27 through 29. I'm giving you the science. So you're going to read about King David. Let me see. Read the Bible stories from one of the following, 27 through 29. So King David. You're going to read about King David. And then at the end of this, you could review this if you would like to. And that's what you would do for the day. So that probably takes about a good 10 minutes or so. And again, this is optional. And then whatever you would like to do as far as how advanced your kid is, you could ask them questions, have them write them on paper. That's a good way to practice writing. So that's basically it. I hope you guys like this review on history for pilgrims, and I'll go ahead and do a quick review on this one in my next video. Thanks again for watching Momma Schmooze Reviews.